Huh. The buses were announced. People thronged the bus terminal, Anand Vihar. And then there were a few who went around. Oh, there's no official order. Oh, maybe the opposition parties are spreading information about these buses in order to get rid of the people staying in the states and territories. Irrespective of the fact, these 1,000 were announced. And eventually later on, a few buses were arranged. At the same time, another state took its people back in buses from Anand Vihar, the state being Rajasthan. The cost of the ticket was 0 rupee. They took them free of charge. The state which announced 1,000 buses, initially at least, ended up charging these people for the bus fare. And boy, the spin doctory what people had done to hide this. I mean, information that Uttar Pradesh Road Transport Corporations were charging people fare for these buses to take them to various places in Uttar Pradesh was amazing. When these buses initially started moving from Uttar Pradesh, towards Uttar Pradesh at around night, 70 odd kilometers from Anand Vihar, a few of the buses were stopped at the outskirts of Bulandshahr and they were turned. Reminded me of an incident of a ship which was returned from the port of Canada. I mean, here are the people who have struggled to get a seat on the bus and they have been returned. This is what has been saddening. And wait, that's not complete. We've had people hiding in cement mixers. We've had a story of a gentleman, actually believe me, who had gone around investing around 4 lakh rupees buying onions and watermelons just to reach his hometown from Mumbai or Maharashtra, actually Maharashtra to some place in Uttar Pradesh. I've had a person who I know personally and respect, who in his need to travel from Almora to Haldwani, a 5-hour journey by bus, around 3.5 or so by bike, went bluffing the policeman that he's just going to buy vegetables. He had a need, he had to travel, he did it. Oh, and yeah, that was only possible in the initial stages of the lockdown. The last I left these surroundings, you can see in the background, were on the 22nd of March. I haven't stepped out since. Wouldn't want people to target me because of my beard. I've never had this fear in this land called India, ever. Yes, never had the opportunity to grow a beard in life for so long. It's been around 40 odd days with this beard, and I think I'm one of the only few people in the world who actually am liking this experience. People abhor it, hate it. It itches a lot. My son, at times when I ask him, should I chop it, or he said, nah, keep it. I don't think you're ever gonna do it again. Wife hates it, of course, goes without saying. But the reason I didn't keep a beard was because I didn't feel like it earlier in life. And as a young fellow, 16, 17, 18, when the beard started, there was always the fear that the police is going to hound you on the buses, check you specially at every stop if you're with a overgrown facial hair. Yeah, the UP police has this habit. You got a beard, you need to be checked. But never did I think that people would be differentiated with against because of the facial hair. This fear of being taken as someone else is something which is hard to digest. Think about those who are having genuine beards out of choice. Think about those which belong to different groups, ethnic, religious, otherwise, who are being hounded. The sense of fear is something which has never been there, but it is now. This fear is what my tried against is. This sense of loss, of being taken as the enemy, or worse, being treated as one by people who are acquaintances, even though they claim themselves to be friends, is what hurts the most. This belief that there's no reason for anyone or me to believe my country and the people running it is what hurt the most. Oh yeah, I've seen the memes and the photographs of a person carrying a whole case of whiskey and a couple of bottles on top of it. Yesterday when the liquor shops were open. But I empathize with them. Come on! The fellow had no faith that all this opportunity to catch hold of liquor would be there. I trust him. I agree with him. See what happened. The shops were closed. Just this morning, a shop in Ghaziabad, which were permitted to open, had people lining up outside it, maintaining proper distances for a change. The shop was suddenly the shop was not allowed to open by the excise department. I mean, because it's near a hotspot. The liquor vendor claims that the shop is 1100 meters away from the hotspot. The excise department says it's near the hotspot. Oh yeah, the rule as such is supposedly, from hearsay, I say, that the liquor vend has to be a kilometer away from the hotspot. 1100 meters is away from the hotspot. It's more than a kilometer. But anyway, while these informations were being given to people, current people who were organizing this have agreed not to allow that place to open the liquor shop. This lack of faith in those that are having the fate of the nation is what one is most afraid of? I mean, this fear that what might happen to you or me is something which hurts the most. People who claim to be your friends have have started maintaining distances because of your belief being different from theirs, are not those that hurt. It's those who started vilifying you, ridiculing you, trying to ridicule you, that hurts. Though the funny part is, they don't realize that the rants, the effort to bluff may hurt or try to fool others, but won't make a difference to us, me at least. Look forward to a time where we will have a chance to roam freely. That would come after the lockdown. Yet I look forward to the time where I would not have to be worried about being harassed or taken to task for growing facial hair. The only place in the country which till at least November I could go at the middle of the night and catch a cup of tea was the Muslim locality in Bulandshahr. I would continue doing it if I get a chance again. But roaming around early morning in Muslim localities or otherwise across the country is something which I continue planning to do, but the fear has crept in. Arguing about nothing or the other with a person in Jama Masjid area on Nizamuddin earlier was no bother. Did it in December 8, 2018 last, or yeah, it was early January 2019 last. The arguments were there, but the elephant in the room was the fear that what if he or I take an offense to it. I was honored to talk to that newspaper vendor in his Nizamuddin area in the first week of January 2019 with this fear that you never know what the other might take you to be, but having the full faith that this person will have his points in mind but will not harm me for it. This is the least we can give to each other. I hope this is the least we should and are able to do that. Been ranting a bit with the hope to get a video out of it, frankly, and a greater hope that we would go to a nation which is better than one which belittles everyone. See you in the same fearless nation that we have been a part of soon, pretty soon. Till then, so long.